Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. It's been a couple of months, but I've finally been able to start making art again. I'm very excited for this. Anyone who is interested, there is a link in the description below. Everything is minted on Polygon. Go have a look, go check them out. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. At the moment, there's a huge amount of euphoria, as you may be feeling, that's happening within the cryptocurrency space. A lot of people are extremely excited about what's happening. The crypto economy has jumped back above the $2 trillion mark. After falling below that value in mid-January, statistics indicate that the US dollar value of all the coins on 544 exchanges is now worth over $2.08 trillion, up 5.2% in the last 24 hours. There's a huge amount of momentum in the market. A lot of people, as you've seen in the last two videos and last couple of days, have been trying their best to try and figure out exactly where prices are going to go. There are, of course, a large number of price predictions heading our way. Despite January being the historically worst performing month for Bitcoin, the coin's 19% drop in January this year did not live up to expectations, crypto exchange Kraken said. But if history is a guide, February should be a better month for Bitcoin investors with average returns of 17% for the month. There's a lot of speculation. We've even seen the charts before. I mean, not that often, but people tend to try to look to the past of the cryptocurrency markets, as they only have been around for 13 years, to see if there's any type of pattern when it comes to movements in certain months, in certain time periods. This is why we spoke about before. We had the information in 2000, I don't know, remember when it was. We could usually tell when the market was going to drop, usually around August or September. Once again, the idea being that people getting back from holidays or vacations and the stock market moving down and moving in tandem with stocks, but that also didn't play true. But for some reason, January in the last 7 or 8 years has always been a red year, and I think no one's really been able to figure out why. A lot of people discussed earlier that it might have to do something with taxes. Therefore, people have to pay their taxes or are getting ready to pay their taxes, so they're putting money to the side from the cryptocurrency market, and that may be it. However, here's the actual Kraken thing that they created, talking about where they're thinking that prices are going to be going in the next couple of months. The energy around where we currently are right now is quite strong. If you remember, even just a week ago, it has not been that long, a lot of people were discussing Bitcoin was ready to move down to 30,000. It would be testing 29,000, 27,000. We had a couple of people saying that Bitcoin would never move back up until it fell back down to 20,000. And then now that we have passed by 40,000, 42,000, and I believe we are currently above 44,000. I don't know the exact number at this very moment. A lot of people are saying that the next level of hyper resistance is around $47,000. This is the number that I'm constantly seeing everywhere. And a number of analysts have stated, I'm pretty sure it's also one of these as well, somewhere is one of these, that basically if we pass by $47,000 and stay there for over a 27-hour period, that $60,000 could be the actual next target for us to hit. It says top analyst predicts parabolic rally for Bitcoin as Bitcoin surges above $44,000. Here's his target. His target is 47,000. Like I just said, so don't even have to go over the article. Also, of course, not to be left out, it says Cardano price rises, bullish momentum amid market rise. This is happening amongst a large portion of the altcoins. It's not as prevalent or widespread as I assumed it was going to be, with Bitcoin and Ethereum moving up. There seems to be a heavy focus on a very select few amount of altcoins. It could be because we have had so much news about the decentralized exchanges launching on Cardano and the other initiatives that are going to be happening and the other updates and upgrades that are supposed to be happening sometime this year and the other partnerships that have also taken place and the stuff that's happening in Africa. You kind of name it. Cardano every 4 days has some type of major news that they're throwing out into the world. So I assume a lot of that is sustaining the momentum upwards. It says Ripple's XRP prepares an entry into the top 5 after flipping Cardano and Solana. At the moment, XRP, I believe, is up by 18% or something like that. It is up by over 30 or 40% over the last 2 days. There's been a lot of speculative news over the last couple of months that we have received that allegedly, apparently, according to a lawyer who exists on the internet or is seen usually on Twitter, he has stated before that he believes that the lawsuit between the SEC and Ripple could end sometime in April. This has never been substantiated. No one knows for sure if this is actually going to happen. I don't think either party from the SEC or Ripple has come forward stating so. We had news before from Garlinghouse stating that they believe that this year was kind of going to be the, end of all their troubles as they have been expanding around the world. But this news was enough for XRP to pump really, really hard. It pushed past Cardano and Solana and is currently, I believe, coin number 6. It has a bit of a way to go to flip one of the other stable coins, but it's only just a matter of time if the momentum actually continues. I'm very interested to see what will happen to this coin when the lawsuit is no longer in the news. Simply because this just kind of goes to show that the coin can move up even if there is a lawsuit against them in the United States. The world is many different countries. For some reason, everyone tends to focus on the US and whatever issue they may be having with the cryptocurrency space right now. But yeah, XRP was also very much into the price news as everyone is like, oh my gosh, the coin that everyone stopped talking about is now certainly back in the news as the price has pumped once again. And it says Bitcoin can hit a new all-time high by March 2022, predicts analyst. If that happens, I don't even have a clever sentence for that. I think that would be a bit too much too fast. I think I would even get worried once again if over the next 20 days we get to $71,000 plus. I'm kind of assuming on the current movements that we are seeing within the market, I think we will get very close, my opinion, to near $50,000, relatively close to it. I think the market will have a pullback. There needs to be some type of a breather, because just not even if I don't agree with it, every single time that we've seen in the market that Bitcoin or any other coin has skyrocketed to about 15, 20, 35, 40% over the course of a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a lot of people start screaming, danger, the sky is falling, everyone loses their minds and prices begin to collapse. If we can get to $49,000, maybe even a $50,000, pull back to around $47,000 and have a good 4 or 5 days of a lull period to really establish a price bottom and that Bitcoin isn't going to go back down further again, then therefore I think, end of March would also be kind of nice to have a $71,000 Bitcoin. But literally by the end of this month, I think that's just simply asking a little bit too much. That's all the price news. Everyone is quite optimistic. I think it's funny that whenever prices are going up, the gold guy stops talking. Any other crypto analyst who normally is quite prominent in the space, who makes sure to let other people know that they believe that prices are about to collapse, also become incredibly silent as well. Always pay attention to that. Anyway, that's all the price news. Let's see where prices go by the end of this week. There's a lot of optimism, a lot of enthusiasm in the markets right now. And yeah, let's move on. In one of the most popular news stories of the decade, Elon Musk's electronic car company Tesla has filed an annual report with the US SEC showing Bitcoin holdings with a fair value of almost $2 billion at the end of December. The company sees crypto as both an investment and a liquid alternative to cash. Tesla filed an annual report with the U.S. Why can't I say annual? I was like annual. Tesla filed an annual report, there we go, with the U.S. SEC on Friday. They said we continue adapting our investment strategy to meet our liquidity and risk objective, such as investing in U.S. government and other marketable securities, digital assets, and providing product-related financing. The fair market value of our Bitcoin holdings as of the end of last year was $1.99 billion. Do you know what happened when this news was released? That's right, Bitcoin shot up in price. Why Bitcoin has not moved up organically when we heard that the market or the network was still doing just well and people were using it and tons of money was transacting through the system? But we had to hear from Tesla that they still hold Bitcoin, and that seemingly did the trick. So the news literally is that Tesla is holding Bitcoin. They did not sell their Bitcoin. You might remember sometime at the beginning, I believe it was the beginning of last year, we had news that Tesla not only had Bitcoin, but we heard from Elon Musk that they actually sold some Bitcoin, and people were completely confused. He said the reason they sold some of their Bitcoin was because they wanted to see exactly how liquid the market was, i.e. they held such a huge amount of Bitcoin. If they sold off some of it, would that actually have an impact on the market? It didn't. It didn't move at all, and they said they were very happy to know that they could move around Bitcoin and or buy Bitcoin without actually heavily influencing the market, as they're trying to buy at certain price points. There's also news, apparently the filing with the US SEC, it says it's somewhere around here. I don't know, somewhere around here. I can't remember exactly where. That their discussion with the US SEC was apparently that they may be looking to actually start accepting Bitcoin again as they were before. And therefore, this is part of the actual filing with the US SEC, which also caused a lot of people to get really excited to think that there may be an announcement on the horizon. If you can tell me why, and I mean, I assume it's something that I simply in my head can't put together, why Bitcoin's price would go up over the news that a company is holding Bitcoin as opposed to 45 other companies that we know of buying Bitcoin on a daily basis, or even the idea that people will be able to pay for a Tesla car with their Bitcoin could cause the price to go up when we had news before, even when Tesla was accepting Bitcoin as a payment, no one was buying Teslas with Bitcoin. Why that would cause the price to move up? Is it something about the company that I'm simply not getting? I know that they're Tesla, but remember like 8 years ago, nobody cared about Tesla? And now everyone pretends it is like a huge status symbol. Is that the reason? I honestly can't get it, but of course this was very popular news. It was all over the place. Everyone's losing their minds over Mr. Muskie holding tons of Bitcoin. Very popular news. Yeah, good for them. They're a very wealthy company. I assume they're going to get wealthier. So, all right. Let's move on. In the second most popular news of the day, a public testnet of Shiba Inu's Layer 2 solution, Shibarium. It looks like aquarium, so I'll say Shibarium, could be set for launch in the near future. This was revealed by the developers working alongside the project, the Unification Foundation. That sounds very dystopian. As stated in their 2022 roadmap post, that's a weird gap there. The second installment of Shibarium's private testnet is already live and undergoing optimization by both teams. The post authors added that they are planning for Shibarium's, it sounds weird, public testnet release to come very soon. So far, the specific date for the platform has not been released. Shibarium is a layer 2 solution for Shiba Inu. The popular meme coin is currently based on the Ethereum network as an ERC20 token. When the Shibarium mainnet has been fully implemented, Shiba will have its own blockchain to migrate to, which will in turn lower transaction costs and gas fees when compared to Ethereum. As previously confirmed, Shiba Inu's governance token Bone will be used as the main token on their Layer 2 network. That was a very long paragraph sentence, whatever I just read out. So, Shiba Inu at the moment is up, I think, by also 19% off of this news. A lot of these coins appear to be trying to get away from their meme coin association kind of thing. The people from Dogecoin announced before that they're thinking of implementing, some type of another layer or upgrades or something like that to give it NFTs and something like that. And you can also buy hats and mugs from Tesla with it. And also Shiba Inu having decentralized exchanges and liquidity pools and all these other things that they're also trying to establish. We'll see which one ends up making it. I don't really have an opinion heavily on either one of them. I think they could possibly, in the background, be very large sources of liquidity and or decentralized exchanges, but I find it very highly unlikely, but I mean the world is also a mess right now, that you're going to be walking into any store in the near future being like, hey, can I pay in Dogecoin or can I pay in Shiba Inu? It doesn't have that exact ring to it. But lo and behold, 10 years ago, I thought the idea of saying the word Bitcoin out loud also sounded a little weird. So yeah, this is the second most popular news story of the day. It says Shiba Inu becomes the most traded coin by Ether whales. This has happened a couple of times before in the past. I've never really gone over the news. It's more so a lot of people pay attention, especially Chainalysis and Glassnode and other whale watchers out there, to what these whale addresses are doing. You can normally see in someone's Ethereum address all the other coins that they typically hold. This is true because we've seen before that people know what Vitalik Buterin's Ethereum address looks like and all the other coins that kind of, you can airdrop coins to anyone as long as you know their address, obviously. But a lot of people look at the heaviest wallets to see what other coins that they're also holding. And a lot of times before in the past, Shiba Inu has been the #1 coin by these wallets. They're accumulating huge amounts of it, sometimes billions of coins at a time, but it's never like, incredibly amazing, oh my gosh, how is that happening kind of news. But this was also very popular. As the price shot up, these wallets begin to accumulate even more Shiba Inu. I guess the idea still being that at some point it could potentially hit a 1 cent decimal point, which I believe a lot of people are waiting for. Anyway, that's all the Shiba Inu news. People are very excited over it, as one should be for Shiba Inu coins. And yeah, let's move on. For the most popular news story of the day, the Canadian division of the professional services network KPMG has added Bitcoin and Ethereum to its company's treasury, joining a growing list of prominent organizations that have converted a portion of their fiat holdings to cryptocurrencies, KPMG being one of the big 4 accounting firms on the planet. I can't remember the names of the other one. I always have them in my head and then I lose them. Long story short, you know how before I was telling you the importance of these gigantic companies constantly buying up tons of Bitcoin, and the fact that these companies that have been around for 60, 70, 80s, something or odd years, even thinking of adding Bitcoin to their treasury is incredibly important because they see the long-term prospects of these coins and actually holding them within their wallets, their back pockets, in their safes, if you will. Because we've had news before from other banks that usually the idea of accumulating Bitcoin or them talking about holding Bitcoin is never on a yearly basis. It's always on we see Bitcoin's price in 10 years as X. We see Bitcoin's price in 15 to 20 to 30 years as X as well. Always showing major growth and improvement in extremely high numbers from where we are right now. So every single time that we get news or information that a major company, a major institution, one of the 4 largest accounting firms on the planet has added Bitcoin to their wallet, the only people who are really paying attention, let's be completely honest, are the richest people on the planet who actually know what KPMG is and or are working with KPMG, which is going to be another major problem in the future when a lot of people realize that they should have bought more Bitcoin before, but they did not because they were paying attention to other altcoins. KPMG's Canada's decision to include Bitcoin and Ether on its balance sheet underscores the firm's opinion that digital assets are a maturing asset class. According to managing partner Benji Thomas, in Canada, KPMG is following the actions taken by hedge funds, pension funds, and family offices in growing exposure to cryptocurrencies. They have mentioned or have not mentioned exactly how much Bitcoin they hold, simply that they hold Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is, of course, like I said before, the most popular news story of the day. I see so many discussions, and I know why people are doing it. But just please pay attention to the news that is constantly coming from this channel and many other news sources. I'll put it to you this way. I understand why people invest in altcoins. The idea normally is if Bitcoin goes up by 5%, 10%, what have you, altcoins tend to go up by 20, 30, 40% around the same exact 24-hour, 36 time period. Got it. Cool. The fact that there are people out there with no exposure to the number one cryptocurrency, I think is probably one of the craziest things that I've ever heard in my entire life. Bitcoin is constantly in the news. When we hear about the accumulation of digital assets by mega companies or any other company around the world, it's always two coins. How people don't have those two coins at all, any exposure to it in their portfolio, is the weirdest thing ever. I've told nearly all of my friends. I think only 5 have listened. Hello, if you are one of the friends who are watching and are listening. This is my advice to my friends, to no one else. Not financial advice, as the YouTubers say. I tell them to at least have 1 million Satoshis. That is 0.01 Bitcoin. I don't understand how people don't understand how scarce Bitcoin is, or how they don't have any Bitcoin at all. I think that's the weirdest thing in the entire world. I know that a lot of people keep believing, or at some point, that Bitcoin will not be the top coin, or Bitcoin isn't going to be always the highest, and at some point their Stellar Lumens or their Floki Inu is going to be the number one coin. Reality. Your life has to be based in reality. Your portfolio has to be based in reality. KPMG is gigantic. This is almost as large as the news that we got a year and some change ago, that Fidelity had entered the cryptocurrency space, and Fidelity's buying Bitcoin and integrating Bitcoin and all these other things. How other people don't pay attention, I seriously do not know. Anyway, that's the biggest news story of the day. We are going to hear, maybe this year, that I believe one of the other two accounting firms is also going to announce that they have Bitcoin, because I'm pretty sure that they all do at this point. It's just a matter of an announcement. I still believe that we are going to get to a point when Bitcoin goes to above 6 figures. A lot of people are going to be very annoyed that they did not buy before. And it doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's the KPMG news. This is and I hope you understand everything that I just said. Even look into how big KPMG is, so you understand why them buying Bitcoin and Ethereum is so significant. Yeah. Let's move on. Also in the news, these are starting to pop up more and more every day now. Popular cryptocurrency exchange FTX has announced on social media that they will be giving away Bitcoin as part of their Super Bowl ad campaign, but they don't know yet exactly how much they're going to be donating. According to their announcement, users won't need to invest anything in cryptocurrency, and the amount set to be given away will be based on the time that their Super Bowl ad airs. I know, kind of weird, right? So they wrote if it comes on at 9:02 during the game, then they would be giving away 9:02 Bitcoin. They basically said the later the ad appears during the Super Bowl, the more Bitcoin they will be giving away. To be eligible to win free Bitcoin from the exchange, users will have to follow FTX and retweet the pinned entry on its Twitter account between the time the ad runs and 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Super Bowl ad will air during the second half of the game, and winners will be notified via direct message from the exchange. So I like to talk about some of these things. It is a free giveaway. If you all you have to do is, first of all, not affiliated. If you want to just simply follow them and then retweet what they're doing to be able to get a fragment of a Bitcoin, why not? It takes you about 18 and a half seconds to be able to do so. And there's a lot of these, like I said, like Super Bowl-esque cryptocurrency things beginning to pop up. There was an article I saw yesterday. It said that they think that this is going to be the most crypto-heavy ad run campaign during this Super Bowl, because apparently a lot of different companies have tons of slots for cryptocurrency ads popping up. So like every third or fourth ad should be cryptocurrency related. Which could be, very interesting if we end up seeing prices moving up because people are flooded with cryptocurrency advertisements. Yeah, that's the FTX giveaway on Twitter. And let's move on. And to finish things off, in very surprising news, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy has continued to purchase more Bitcoin. What? As the CEO announced the company's latest purchase at the beginning of the month, Saylor also disclosed a day ago that to purchase more Bitcoin, the company had the option of borrowing against its pledged assets. MicroStrategy was one of the many companies you might remember before where they basically announced that they were going to be issuing debt to be able to buy more Bitcoin. They're now thinking of trying to issue more debt not only against the company, but also against their actual Bitcoin holdings, and then using the money that they raise from that debt to buy even more Bitcoin. I know it sounds completely insane, but it's just what people do. So yeah, we will be getting news relatively soon that Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy have purchased more Bitcoin. They have more Bitcoin to their stash. I think they have, 125,000? Yeah, 125,000 Bitcoin just for the company. And that's not even what Michael Saylor actually owns as well. So yeah, like I said, very unsurprising news because this happens all the time. I can only imagine what the other companies are also doing right now who aren't announcing that they're buying up tons of Bitcoin, even though we know that they are. Fascinating, right? Alrighty, let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, GBU Wally, formerly known as Professor Wally, Darren Davis, How's Life Austin, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and let's move on. Chris, Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen, Stake It With Valor, Fud Weiser, Morty Fide, Roman Geba, Bitcoin Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red Plump Tomato, Umnu, Wish Nikki, The Letter M, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z-Way, Lay Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos Was Like, Mobarazi, Jojo Shawshow, Phoebe Nerd 21, Miguel Grolay, Lauren De Silva, Quarter Biddy, Barebones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Nita Miracle, Paternoster, Conan Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolek Banan, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila Dahan, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stoyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam, Graysick, Mohamaroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigera Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to all the new Patreon members. Thank you to everyone who left a like, a comment, has subscribed, is a clicker of affiliate links. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your support over the last couple of years. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently at $44,129. It is currently up by 4.3%. These really weird movements are continuing to happen. These little valleys are created. There's like a slight dip, and then the price ends up moving back up. This is what I was saying before. A lot of the altcoins are kind of all over the place because they're following Bitcoin a little bit more than they probably should. XRP is currently up by 14.92%. Based off of the momentum that we've had over the last 24 hours and the news that we've been getting. We'll see exactly where the cryptocurrency market ends up. I think by the end of this week, we should have a fairly good idea as to where prices are going to be moving. Avalanche, ironically, is up by 9.5%. Shiba Inu is up by 20%. It's up a little bit more than it was even when I started the video based off of the news that we were just going over. It's trying to move back up into the top 10. It is currently coin number 13. Crypto coin is up by 8%. Wrapped Bitcoin is wrapped Bitcoin, so it's going to follow Bitcoin's price. Polygon is up by 10%. I assume this is based off of the Ethereum continues to be used more, and therefore we need another layered solution to actually handle the extra transactions, and Polygon at the moment appears to be it. Litecoin is up by 7%. No real Litecoin news at all that I could see. It could be the news of the activation of Mimblewimble and therefore Litecoin having private transactions now, but not really sure. Uniswap is up by 2%. Many other coins are actually down. Yeah, it's a very weird momentum. Like a lot of people are focusing very heavily on Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. Tron is up by 2%. Filecoin is up by 8%. eGold is up by 4.3%. Monero is up by 4%. And IOTA, still hanging in there at coin number 49. I will never understand how they're doing this. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having, might potentially have a great day. I try to start the video sitting up straight, but before I know it, I'm like slouching. So a lot of times when I'm like looking through the video again after I've made it, I'm always so low down, and it's the weirdest thing in the entire world. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.